Hello, my Earth Angels. Welcome to your extended reading on YouTube. Thank you for joining me here. Not everybody comes here. So those who do, I really feel that these extended messages are meant for you. So thank you for being here. If you've joined me from TikTok and Instagram, you've already seen the little message, the introduction message. If you're joining me from YouTube, I'm just going to reiterate that. And then we're going to move into the kind of deeper dive on this new moon energy. So before we get stuck in, I just want to say a great big thank you to all of you for being here and being part of this community. It really means so much to me to connect with such beautiful souls, and I just wanted to say thank you. So let's get stuck in, guys. I hope you're all doing okay after that new moon. It was kind of an interesting one, huh? With Mercury retrograde thrown in. We all been enjoying that? I certainly have. It's been quite a week. But anyway, let's have a look at what's going on for you guys. So under this new moon, I've asked what you're stepping into, and I've got really interesting and really clear kind of vibes going on here. We've got the world clarified by the Nine of Swords. So this is clarifying that you're stepping into a new cycle, a new version of you. What you're releasing to step into that is this overthinking, worry, fears, staying up at night, worrying about, it's kind of worrying about like your place in the world and whether you're doing the right thing. Because it's like you really want to kind of give of yourself to everyone. You want to be generous within your community with the Three of Pentacles here, but also you're aware that you need to be managing your own side of things as well. So it's like, I feel like this has been really bothering you. Like, how do I balance out tending for myself and my own ideas and my own work, my own passions, my own world, my own home even? How do I manage balancing that with kind of, staying connected to my community and the people that I care about, that I want to work with and that I want to build things with? Because there's a feeling of both here. And I do feel it's been really bothering you up until now. But I just feel under this new moon, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. This, as we know with Nine of Swords, is always needless overthinking, needless worry, because if you look at her in the field here, she's crying about something or other, but there's actually nothing to cry about. Like, there's nothing, she's free. It's all in the mind. Yes, there's some birds up here, but they're not really doing anything, are they? And it's the same with the original Rider-Waite deck. The Nine of Swords is a man lying in bed or sitting up in bed, worrying about everything. And yet you see the 9 swords on the wall and they're not moving. They're not actually doing anything. So it's all needless worry. So I think you're just, it's like an exhale. You're just releasing that. And I do feel you're trusting that as long as you're operating from your heart space, then that's enough. You can't control other people's responses to you. You can't control other people's perceptions or how, your actions may impact them. You can't really control any of that. All you can control is your own energy. And you realize that, in order to serve your community as well, you do need to protect your own energetic field as well. Both things are important, and you can be both in the world, and you're acknowledging that. So I love that so much. And then with the Four of Cups, which is clarified by these 2 sevens here, this is you stepping into, so it's not, you've had this opportunity here to grow something, but because it's been going so slowly, you've kind of given up. You're like, well, yeah, I know the rainbow's there, but what's actually going to happen with it? I can see that this is valuable, this bowl, but there's nothing happening yet. And I think you've been in this kind of feeling of disappointment because you want things to be moving a bit faster and you want to see the growth, you want to see where this is going. But because it's been sat there for so long and nothing's happened, you're like, well, I'll just give up then. But under this new moon, I think you're coming out of that energy and you're kind of understanding, you know what, just because something isn't growing fast does not mean it's not worth it. You understand that the roots have to grow first, and that's the growth that you can't see that's forming the foundation. And once the foundation is there and those roots are strong of whatever you're building, your business, your home, your family, your whatever, once those roots are really strong and they've had time to establish, then that plant will put all of its energy into growing the blooms and the fruits of the labors. I'm saying fruits of labors, but you know what I mean. The fruits will grow, the abundance will grow. But first, it's the foundations that have to grow. And that takes time and patience. And so, yeah, I just feel that you're kind of understanding that under this new moon. You're taking a step back. I feel like you've kind of pulled your energy back a bit to kind of reflect and kind of have a look at where you're going, what's been happening, and really release just any emotion around that. I know there's not really any cups here, but that's what I'm feeling. It's more like overthinking that you're releasing, I suppose. But yeah, with the Seven of Wands here, this is also that you're kind of understanding that you need to take some time alone to protect your energy. I'm really drawn to that symbol, which I'm not really normally. So this again is about the old B word, the boundaries word. Again, this reflects back to these two cards that I was talking about here, this energy of, yeah, you want to be there for your community, you want to give everything to them, but you also need to give back to yourself. And how do you balance that? So you're understanding that. You're understanding that you can't always be there for everyone. You can't always be in this energy of giving to everyone and everything. You know, you need to protect that energetic field of yours, that aura, because that's what, you know, life is here for you to live as well. It's not just for everyone else to, you know, well, how funny that my light's gone out there, because that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like if you are giving too much out there in the world, then there's nothing left for you and your light will slowly dim. And we don't want that for anyone, because we all want to be shining our brightest, and we can do that. And that's when community works best, is when we're all tending to our own gardens here, maintaining our own boundaries and our own aura. And then when we do work together, it's just like, you know, we're all enhancing each other's kind of vibration, each other's projects and ideas and all of that. And we're all just vibing, and it's awesome. So I think you're just understanding that, earth signs. You're like, you know what, I need to just allow this to go where it's going to go, nurture the things that I want to nurture, that I want to grow into something more, and be patient about that. And with the High Priestess here, it is really you just trusting in your intuition overall, and trusting in the unseen with the High Priestess, because she's got her eyes closed. This is not about looking at the material results that are around you right now. It's not looking at the physical world. It's going within and understanding that, you know, these roots and foundations need time to grow. And you're going to tend to them daily and trust that the right things will grow at the right time. So this is not about urgency. This is not about pushing forward. It's about really allowing and trusting in the unseen. I'm just going to sort my light out. Hold on. It's funny, I've got that Ronan Keating song in my head. Life is a roller coaster, just gotta ride it. Cheesy, I know, guys. My spirit guides are like kind of 80s and 90s, I don't know. Or the way I get messages, it's always like cheesy pop songs. Or little poems. It's just hilarious to me. But there we go. Keeping it real, keeping it real. So yeah, life is a roller coaster. And we have just got to ride it. It's not about forcing, it's not about pushing, it's about balance. You know, I keep repeating these things to myself because I'm telling myself as well. Yeah. Okay, so let's get stuck into the deeper dive. Let's do it. It's quite a simple one I've got today. I'm only asking one question and then we're going to look at obstacles and guidance, and then we're going to do the oracles and angel cards at the end. So the one question I've got is, what are you attracting under this new moon? Because when we release something, whatever that is, a person, a situation, a job, a home, a way of thinking, a way of being, a habit, a limiting belief about ourselves, when we release something, the universe goes, oh, there's a void there, I'm going to fill that. And you start to attract things. But it's not just about the void that the universe wants to fill, which is a thing. You know, it is a scientific thing. You can look it up. But it's not just about that. It's about when you release something, you know, you kind of grow your vibration a little bit. You'll grow your soul a little bit more. And that's why we're here on planet Earth, to learn lessons. And the more lessons we learn, the more cycles we complete, then the more we get to grow our soul. That's really like why we were here. So once we do, what am I saying here? What's my point? Once we do that, our soul, you know, gets a little bit of growth. And so we attract a different type of experience, a slightly more elevated experience, or a slightly different, more grown experience. And then we work on the next cycle. And, you know, we go back to the Fool in the tarot, and then we go through a whole new cycle. So I love that the world was there, because when the world is there, it means that you are actually completing a cycle. Now, because a lot of us get to the world on the journey through the tarot, because it is a journey of the soul. We can get to the world, and I'm talking for myself as well. I've done this in the past many times. And you're like, no, I'm not ready to complete that cycle. And then you get chucked back to the Fool. And you have to start all over again and learn the lessons again. But seeing the world here in our reading, and I say our because I've got Taurus in my chart, but it does feel like this one's really resonating for me. Seeing the world there is a very positive thing, because it means you're like, you know what, I am actually done with that now. I've had enough of that now. I really am. And that's a beautiful place to be, because once you actually reach that place, it's not a struggle anymore. You don't feel, when you're not ready to complete the cycle, you push against it. When you are, there's no push and pull. So it's not really like there's any effort required here. You're just like, yeah, I just don't need that anymore. And I know some of you watching who I've spoken to before about this have just reached points where you're just like, you know what, I just can't have that bit of me anymore, or that habit anymore, or that person anymore, or that job anymore, or this anxiety anymore. I just don't need it anymore. And it's an amazing place to be. Anyways, the light has gone off again. Sorry, guys. It is charging, so let's just allow it to charge for a bit. And hopefully you'll stick with me even without the fancy light. We don't need a light here. We just need the energy. Okay, anyway, so I kind of went off on a bit of a tangent there, but where were we? What are you attracting? Yeah, that's why I was going off on a tangent. I've just seen the Four of Wands there, which is very promising. New foundation, building a new foundation. Let's have a look. I do feel that. I do really feel that. Okay, Two of Swords. Oh, I don't really like that very much, but let's see what's going on. What's going on with the Two of Swords there? What are you attracting? What are you attracting? Seven of Wands. wanting to come out? A Knight of Cups. Interesting. Interesting. Let's have a look at Two of Swords. Why is that there? Yeah, I was going to say that, because I was going to say it looks like because of the Knight of Cups being here and the boundaries on with the Seven of Wands, what I wanted to say, and I wish I had now, but I wasn't sure, so I needed the cards to clarify. What I wanted to say was it looks like you're attracting somebody that has been in two minds about approaching, finally making some sort of offer to you, and it looks like a romantic offer, which I was not expecting. The reason that they've been in Two of Swords is that you do hold this kind of very strong goddess-like aura about you, where you have a strong foundation in yourself and you're very connected to yourself, and you protect your energy pretty well. You're very mindful of who you spend your time with, how much of yourself you give, how much you engage with the world around you. They see that, and they've been in two minds about approaching, I feel. Or maybe it's more like, it's not like they've been in two minds, because the Two of Swords just can't even see anything. It's perhaps you've been so boundaried that they can't see, like they want to see more of you, but you're really carefully protecting that. And they're like, where's that person gone? This is really interesting. But anyway, I've clarified the Two of Swords with the Ace of Cups. So it suggests, like I was saying, they have been wondering, should I offer this person a new beginning in love? So this could be somebody thinking about approaching you with an offer of new love or friendship. Doesn't have to be romantic. Or somebody offering like a new start, a new beginning. So that could be somebody from your past. Again, could be family, friends, business, romantic. But they haven't been sure about whether to do that, because you've been so guarded and so careful about protecting your energy. They've been like, how do I do this? But I do feel like they're coming forward with this Knight of Cups here. Let's have a look at him. He does look pretty sure, you know, he's pretty happy about what he's created here. He's really thought hard about it. You know, he's got the little picnic rug, and he's even written a little letter there, look. Little note. He's thought about all the little details, and he wants this to be, you know, something that makes you feel good, something that you enjoy. And I think he's pretty happy with it. So, you know, I'm saying he, but it's just a kind of, could be a masculine energy, but that could be a woman or a man. But the Knight energy of there of like, do you know what? I'm just going to come in and I'm going to do this nice sweet thing for this person. I want to ask more about your Seven of Wands, because I'm very interested in that, because it's like, I can't tell if it's you're almost too guarded. They can't even see how to get in. Like, what's going on with this Seven of Wands? Why is it here as what you're attracting? Because you could read it as well with these two together as somebody who's been in two minds about whether they're going to keep staying guarded here and not allowing this new beginning, or whether they are just going to come in and make an offer. Planning with the Two of Wands. Yeah, it does feel like that. It's like they've been... So again, this could be you I do feel it is you. I feel it's the viewer watching this energy. And this is like Two of Wands is them sort of wondering when you're going to come out of that. You know, when are you going to come out of that? When are you going to allow yourself to be seen? When are you going to make it easy for me to come forward? But if this is somebody that owes you an apology, or where the ball's kind of in their court, where you've actually done everything you can to repair this situation, or to restart this friendship or romantic situation, if it's you that's already put in all that work and they haven't, then the ball's in their court, and they kind of know that if they don't make a move, you're going to just be in like Three of Wands, and you're just going to keep moving forward. You know, you're not waiting, you're not going to keep trying to restart something where somebody's not giving you anything back. So I don't know what this is about, but, you know, take it how it resonates for you and your situation. Obviously, I always say that. But if you're trying to wonder, well, like, what is this? How does this relate to my life? It'll be somebody in your life where you've kind of had a bit of it could be somebody that's already in your life. If that's the case, there's been a bit of a separation there, and you've had some sort of altercation or some disagreement or some distance, and you've tried to repair it, and they have not, and they've kind of pulled back, and they haven't been sure about what to do, and they've been observing you, kind of not putting any more effort in, and they've wondered what to do, and now they're ready to do it, I think. So it could be that. If it's a new person coming in, it's somebody that's kind of been observing you from a distance that you haven't met yet. Again, probably romance in that case. But it could be a friendship or something like that as well. But somebody that sees your potential, but they're just like, oh, wow, they are very strong with their protection up. And how do I actually go about approaching this person? Because they can't fully see you, so they don't quite know, you know, what you like, whether you're even going to like, do you like roses? Do you like horses? You know, I hope you do, but I don't really know, because you don't really let anyone in unless you trust them, and you don't trust me because I don't know you, kind of vibe. So it's quite sweet, really. I'm seeing the Eight of Wands here as well. Look, they want to communicate, but look, underneath we've got Three of Swords. Let's have a look. An Eight of Swords. Yeah. Values. So it's like they really want to come in fast. They want to have conversation, but they've got some kind of heartbreak that's stopping them and Eight of Swords energy. It's about values. Perhaps the two of you disagreed on something to do with values or the way you see the world. This could be a cultural thing, or it just could be your personal belief system that differs from theirs, and it kind of caused a bit of a rift between you, or it opened up a wound in them that they haven't quite finished healing. And, you know, they just, they want to take charge now. I feel like they're stepping into their Emperor energy. But it's very interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. Let's kind of take a pause on that energy, and we're going to have a look at what else you might be attracting, because I think we've got an idea there's someone coming in here to repair something, or somebody new coming in that's been watching you for a while. Let's see what else you're attracting. Anything else you're attracting, Earth signs? And guys, I am thinking about instead of doing the elements, moving on to doing the zodiac signs. So let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that, because I'm trying to gauge if that would be sort of something that people want more, where I'm going in depth into each zodiac sign. Oh, I love that. Nine of Pentacles. Joy. Enjoying your surroundings. More emotional depth. So this is about energy that you're attracting towards you, I feel. So I feel like, you know what I was saying at the beginning about how we attract different experiences once we've sort of, let me just adjust my camera there. We attract different experiences when we complete a cycle because we kind of grow our energy a bit. And I feel that's what you're doing here. So in this new cycle that you are stepping into under this new moon, you're now attracting experiences with emotional depth, experiences, people, situations who are more tapped into their intuition and are more emotionally available, able to feel their emotions and express them. People who've already reached a kind of 9 of Pentacles stage of life. So they've got the things that they need. They've found the kind of life that is comfortable for them. You know, they're just enjoying their experience, you know. They're strong people. These people are warriors, I feel. I love this strength card. She's just like, I don't care. I'm just going to like step out into the world and be who I want to be. And if I want to have half my face like a lion, I'm going to freaking do that because I look pretty awesome. This is about people who really know who they truly are and have a lot of courage in that, but just it's about being bold, I feel, and being strong. Obviously being strong, Marianne, because it's a strength card, but there's a fearlessness to it, but there's also a courage in who you are, like strong solar plexus energy there. But it's gentle and fierce as well. So these people that you're attracting in they have this courage and strength in them and this fierceness because of what they've been through, what they've survived, a bit like you probably. But they've learned that, you know, through that they've been able to be a bit softer. That's the thing. You have to kind of walk through the fire and the battles and all of that to have that softness because you're not on your defense anymore. You know, she's not afraid of anything now. So she can be soft. She knows that if she needs to be the lion, you know, if there's situations that require her to be a little bit more courageous and strong and fearless, she can do that. She can access that. But most of the time, she's just a gentle, sweet little soul, you know, taming this, not taming, but tending to this lamb here. So it's a beautiful, beautiful energy, like soft but strong. And that's the kind of people that you're attracting in now. But I do feel this is what you're attracting within yourself. Obviously, we attract what we are. So, yeah. When you start to see your circle around you changing, that means that you're changing as well, which is beautiful. And then the 6 of Wands energy, again, like people who are moving into, you know, that energy of optimism and like, I can do this. People who are saying I can rather than I can't, you know, and allowing themselves to be seen, to step forward. They've moved past the 5 of Wands, which is, you know, it's right in the middle there with the 5, and it's like where you're wrestling with yourself a little bit, being a bit petty. It's like the lesser version of you. You're stepping into this more, I mean, I don't want to say higher, but like, you know, you're moving past pettiness within yourself, and that's attracting people of the same kind of ilk, as it were. People who are ready to celebrate you also, and ready to be celebrated, like they allow that part of themselves to be shown. They allow themselves to shine. They don't dim their light. And 9 of Wands, yeah, people who've got, again, this boundaries thing going on. But this is about discernment for me. So you're attracting people who are more discerning into your circle, who have an awareness of energy and aura and how that all works, who aren't just moving through the world without any kind of understanding of that or awareness of that. And that's beautiful. because we could all do with a little bit more awareness of energy, you know. I've been talking about that a lot with people that I've been working with and you know, friends as well. But it's like, you know, there's a lot of people who are really struggling right now because of not understanding the whole concept of spiritual hygiene and energetic hygiene. And it's not really anyone's fault because, like, we don't learn that in school, right? We don't learn that in school. So, but I feel you've got that. You really have. And you're attracting that, you know. The experiences that you're going to be having henceforth, if I can use that ridiculously old-fashioned word, will be ones where, you know, you are mixing with people who do that as well. You know, they take their salt baths and they make sure they keep cleansed, and they cleanse their home, and they look after themselves, and they take their nature walks, and they take all of that very seriously, you know, nurturing their vessel and nurturing their space, and all of that. So good. We like that. We do like that. And again, you know, as well as I do, it's not about being perfect. You know, we all have things that we could be getting better at. And life goes on, and we can't always do all the perfect little rituals we'd like to, but we do our best. But at least it's that awareness that I was talking about, really. The awareness is what's the important thing, of like people who kind of understand that, you know. Energetic boundaries, how important they are, and spending time in nature, all of that, reconnecting to that, keeping your nervous system, you know, as kind of balanced as you can with the world that we are existing in right now, which quite frankly is a freaking, well, it's interesting and exciting, but also quite a challenge, let's say. Anyways, I am waffling. I'm going to move on to obstacles now. Have we got any obstacles that we need to be aware of? 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. That kind of ties into the beginning. Let's just clarify that. We'll get 2 cards for that if we can. Yeah. Too focused on work, too focused on the outcome. 4 of Wands, yeah, wanting it to grow. 5 of Pentacles, why isn't it growing yet? Yeah, it's the same message we were getting at the beginning. So any moment where you find yourself wanting things to go faster, or wishing that your projects were now, you know, coming to fruition, getting into this 5 of Pentacles energy, feeling like you're missing out on something, like you're missing out on the fun with the 4 of Wands, or you've missed an opportunity, or you need to work harder. No, that's an obstacle. I'm telling you now, it's coming out as an obstacle. It came out as an obstacle in the beginning as well. So we're moving away from that. And the overall beginning message was all about intuition and trusting in it. So what's the final guidance? That 8 of Pentacles came out again. What's the final guidance? Maybe we should be working on things that actually what is it? What's the final guidance? Oh, what is going on here? Give me easy cards. Okay. The Hierophant and the 8 of Swords. So it's like, pay attention to what's coming up for you, because the 8 of Swords is a mental energy. It's when you feel trapped, you're looping over one thought over and over again. So when you're doing that, it's like, look at that and go, why am I doing this? What is it about? What's the underlying belief beneath my 8 of Swords energy? When I'm overthinking, why is that happening? What's the limiting belief that's causing me to overthink? That's pretty deep, tarot deck. That's pretty deep. Let's have a look at the Eight of Swords. Just what is this Eight of Swords about? Because for anyone watching, that could be all sorts of things. But yeah, it's what I was feeling. The limiting belief is that you're not good enough. It's that other people are more able than you, more experienced than you, more confident than you, even more capable than you, more knowledgeable than you, more wise than you. It's this belief that you're not quite ready yet, that is limiting you. Could be, if you're watching this. And the guidance is to look at that, like, why do you even think that? Why do you even think that? One more guidance card. Why do you even have that belief? Have a look at that. Journal on it. What the heck, guys? There's a new beginning coming in love. This is separate. There's two separate messages coming here. One is about you and just your movement through life, I guess, in day to day, just like letting go of stuff that isn't coming quickly to you and just chilling out about that and knowing that you're doing the right thing. You are. You've grown. You know what you like. You are putting energy into the right things. You can trust yourself. You can trust yourself. I feel like I need to keep saying that. And then separately, we've got that Knight of Cups that we were talking about earlier is coming back in. Remember that this is something you're also attracting. Now, again, if this is you're already in a relationship or a partnership or a deep friendship, if that was what was resonating, I wouldn't say this is a family member with the Lovers card coming out. Probably not. But very close friendship, possibly. More likely romantic, I have to say, guys. But if you're already in an existing romantic relationship, this is something that's really going to deepen after this new moon in some way. There's going to be like a new start to it, a fresh start, in that you've both grown, you've both evolved, and there's a new cycle beginning where you're going to be even more deeply connected than you were before. But a new person. This is a pretty strong, pretty powerful connection by the looks of things. And it's certainly something that could grow. Let's ask more about it because we just want to, because we're just curious, we're just nosy. Can you tell us more about this? For the people for whom it's a new connection. A new connection. Hanged Man and Nine of Wands. Yeah, I think this is going to change. If it's a new connection for you and you're still watching for that message, I feel like you're not going to be too sure about this person. But it requires you to kind of change your views around what you know, not to look just at the outside, but to really feel into this connection and how it makes you feel. Because it might be somebody that's kind of a bit different to your usual type. Not that we should really ever have a type, but there you go. People do. Yeah, but it's somebody that's going to really change your world as well and lift you out of this slightly over-guardedness, you know. I mean, look, fair enough, you've got to guard the field, right? But, you know, you've got to let some people in. Otherwise, you're just going to be stood there forever on your own. And that guarded energy was coming through a bit. So maybe you have had your walls up a bit for a while. And you've been doing that for a reason. And it's not a bad thing. But these walls are ready to come down now. And I think this person's going to do it. for some of you. For the others of you where it's your existing connection, well, again, maybe you have. Maybe you've been so busy with work or busy with your business or whatever that you haven't really been allowing any of that kind of energy to flow between you and your partner. And they're like, come on. And they've realized that maybe they need to do something different. So they need to like whisk you away on a surprise holiday or something to kind of get you out of that that guardedness and that protecting your energy vibe. They're like, come on, let's go and have a bit of fun. So it applies to both scenarios, really. I'm just going to get one more card and then we're going to go on to Oracle. Yeah, you've really been focused on your own. Oh, Three of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, work with this person, work together with the people around you is what I'm feeling. Yeah, just focus on your community, the people that you're connecting with, and just chill. You know, they're not rushing about, are they? She's like, you know what, I'm just gonna like fix this little thing here. And she's like, oh, I'm just slowly doing my knitting. And he's like, I'm just gonna chat and hold the stick. And there's no rush. It's not like, okay, and there's a schedule up on the wall and everybody's got their task, their to-do list, and we've got to finish by 4 o'clock so that we can go and do this and that and the other. That's not the vibe here. The vibe is very much, let's just chill. Let's just do our own thing and enjoy each other's company. And I think you're being reminded of that, Earth signs, over and over again. There is no rush. Okay, right. We are going to move on to the Angel Number Oracle, which we love. And then I'm actually going to get out for you guys. Oh, we've gone on quite a long time, haven't we? We're nearly at 42 minutes. I just feel like I want to use one of these today with you guys, the Spellcasting Oracle deck. So we are going to do that one as well. Oopsie, sorry. Oh, it's that one. Twin Flame? What is this reading? Okay. Well, if you're watching, maybe you've got a twin flame. Maybe that resonates for you. Maybe you're already with them. It might be about inner union. 2222. Let's read it. What an exciting moment. Your angels are urging you to reconnect with your amazing higher self. You will make the right decision. Someone who holds a powerful spiritual connection with you may be seeking out your presence. Stay open, find a lens of clarity, and see the truth of any important partnerships you may currently be part of. Some people are beacons of light on your life path. Let your soul draw near. Oh, I had a really nice feeling in my tummy when I said that, like in my belly. And it says partnerships, twin flames, and soulmates, a milestone in your journey thus far, karma and energy exchanges, finding clarity. The affirmation is, my higher self is holding my hand. Okay. All right. Well, let me know if that resonates, guys. I will be interested to hear. It kind of does resonate for me, actually. Right. It really, yeah, there is something about that. Okay. Let's have a little look. I've been getting that message from other readings anyway. Be your own, that one's never come out before. Be your own guru. Oh my God. I love that so much. You don't need anyone else to tell you what to do. You don't need to seek out advice from anyone. The best advice you're going to get is from yourself under this energy that you're in right now. Trust yourself. Stop asking people for advice, you know, maybe stop pulling cards. Maybe stop watching tarot readings. I shouldn't be saying that. It's not good for business. But it is about, you know, what universe keeps saying to you. You know what you're doing. It's okay. Just trust yourself. Sorry, I went a bit into musical Marianne there. Okay, now these cards are very special. I don't often use them. They're quite new. I might start using them on dailies. I want to use them more because they are really lovely. I'm just going to give them a shuffle and then I'll spread them out. So this is the Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia Kate Peters. And the illustrations by... Oh no, they're by two girls. Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Meiklejohn Free. Wow, that's a very interesting name, isn't it? So soul sisters, I guess, creating cards together. I love that. And obviously I do like the witchy side of things, so they really appeal to me. Although look, they're a bit, oh, they're not as slidey as the angels. They're a bit more tricky to fan out. Oh my goodness. Right, that one wants to come out. Empowerment. I love it. Okay. And these ones are in alphabetical order, which makes me feel very happy for some reason. Okay, empowerment. You have so many strengths, and yet you allow others to take away your power. When your words are dismissed, when your actions are mocked, your light fades because you don't stand up to be counted. You may say silently to yourself that everything is fine, but you know the real truth. Oh, that you know the real truth. But the universe requires you to stamp your authority so that you can grow fully into the wise one you truly are, the wisdom keeper that others are waiting to turn to. By working with the element of fire to purge away any fears that hold you back, you are more able to step fully into your power. With Salamander, the elemental guardian of fire, as your ally. So there's some magical meanings that they've put in here, and it says, stand up to be counted. It's time to get your opinion across. Someone is trying to control you. Participate in an organised fire walk. Okay. And seize the day. I mean, perhaps we won't all be participating in an organised fire walk, but maybe you will. Go you if you are. But yeah, that's a very strong message right there, isn't it? Very strong. Very strong for whoever's watching. Yeah, very strong there. Wow. I think this is one of my strongest readings for this new moon. But I have to say, and I always do, check out the other readings for the other elements, because we've all got, you know, different things in our chart. So it's worth checking them all out, really. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Stay true to you, I want to say. And yeah, watch this space, because things are going to be changing around here, I think, with this channel and with some other stuff that I'm doing. I've got some things in the works. So stay tuned, but also stay present and trust yourself. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you very soon. Bye.